Looks like again.
Oh, where's the applause? There it is. Hey, how about that? Real, authentic audience participation there. Look at all these ninjas on the screen. Hello, folks. It's like everybody fancies a drink tonight. Going around the screen, Eric J, the Austins in Alviagra, Terence Austin there. Not sure. May or may not disclose his location. Johnny Cocktails here. And from a very special and somewhat, what adjective is best to describe Cyprus at the moment? Good evening to you both, the Whitbees. How is it over there? Let's go straight to you. How are you doing?
Oh, we're good. Actually, where the drone landed last night is about 50 miles from us. So
100 kilometers.
100 clicks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So. Fine then.
Yeah. And nobody wants Nicosia. There's nothing here.
Okay, and is that where you are, Nicosia?
Yeah.
Yeah, there must have a joke in there somewhere, isn't there? Nicosia. Yes, we'll find it. We'll find.
I think it's went to Nicosia the other day, but it's closed.
Yeah, the biggest issue will be whether the
slides anyway. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
So the biggest issue will be whether the airlines fly in tomorrow or not. They didn't today, but so far they say they're going to fly in tomorrow, but you don't know. So
extraordinary times. Was it a little sobering to hear that news?
Yeah,
yesterday.
It was.
Right. Okay. Well, it's the opposite tonight. Nothing sobering about this evening's proceedings. So it's great to see you. Thank you for coming into it live from the Eastern Mediterranean, from Cyprus. And
2 hours ahead. So let's get this over.
Okay, yeah, let's get back in. And have you got Cypriot wine? Is that what you're sipping on the Cypriot tonight?
We are having a Cypriot wine tonight, and a few little stories about Cypriot wines once we get into it. So.
Excellent. Okay, well, back to the top of the screen. And Eric J, how are you? Was it talk of red wine that brought you here tonight, Eric? Lovely to see you again.
No, I was planning on being here tonight after being away for a while, dealing with the situation back in the States. But it was just a bonus once I saw that I had the opportunity to have red wine. It was like, but I would have been here anyway.
Thank you for being here. And are you well?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you are.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And we'll come back to you to find out what the selections are, because it's a great theme tonight. Thank you to Mrs. Austin for the idea. From one Mrs. Austin to another, and the great Garvo in Alviagra. How are you both this evening?
Fine, thank you.
We're good. I don't ever want to see another roof tile in my life, but we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. From your point of view, the storm got a bit of a slating, right? Thank you. Right, okay. You've been working hard then since we didn't see you, did we? Obviously, because you were plunged into darkness and cut off for quite some time. I'm so glad you're back. How long has that taken to get back on your feet in metaphorically?
We've been back in the world for a week, about a week and a half now, haven't we? Thereabouts. We haven't had, should I say that? There's only wood around. We haven't had any power cuts for a bit, so
wow.
We should be okay.
Yes, incredible. So well done, and well done on keeping it all together and keeping a cool head and ploughing through all the work you had to do and to put things right. It can't have been easy.
There's still a lot more to do, to be honest.
So you haven't finished yet.
Here, we've I would say 99% damage has been sort of patched up. There's the odd occasional thing that's going to be put back together again, but the little house out there in the forest, that took a right thumping, so that's going to take a bit longer.
Right, and it seems to me like life goes on, doesn't it? And I mean, not that people should be forgotten, and there's a lot of help that's needed. But do you feel included in the national agenda and looked after with what you've been through?
I think that depends on where you live.
Okay.
It's a bit of a lottery because here it was a bit sparse in Alveastra, possibly because the scale of what happened here was bigger. But in the Aleiros region, they were there, pretty quick, weren't they? And helping out. But here, not so much. There's been a lot of complaints about the authorities.
Really? Okay. Well, I hope you're not overlooked and you get all the help you possibly can. Thank you so much for being here tonight. From the two Austins to the singular Austin on the screen this evening, Mr. Terence Austin, how are you tonight?
Well, slightly under the weather. Got to be honest. Yeah. Got a bit of I think it's hay fever. I think it's from tree pollen. Yeah. And so I'm feeling a bit sort of, down, a bit depressed on what's been happening, sort of worldwide, etc.
Yeah, understand.
So really trying to fight my way out of that, really. So a bit more of a kind of echo at the moment than I usually am.
Yes. And is that your telly on that we can hear in the background, keeping us up to date with the headlines?
It is, yeah. It's probably why I'm, not so.
It's keeping plugged into the matrix.
It was the football last time I was looking at it.
All right, okay. What's going on with the football?
Haven't got a clue. Haven't been. It's Portuguese football.
Right.
So I had a quick look, and it was 0-0 when it started, and it was about 0-0 when it went to half time. And I thought, this is only going one way, isn't it? So it's like supporting Birmingham, really. You lose some, you draw some.
Very good, excellent.
It could be worse. You could be a Spurs fan.
Oh,
there's Pete. Oh, sorry, Pete.
Eric's been waiting to say that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was set up like a softball, and I just knocked it out of the park. That's all.
You really did. Thank you, Terence. We'll do our best to cheer you up tonight. It's not right.
Thank you.
When you haven't got a smile on your face, all is not well with the world. We'll do what we can.
Not really.
Get that cheeky grin back. And Helen, she says tree pollen. It's bad at the moment. The Saharan sand presumably not helping either. Thanks.
Well, I opened that one nostril, the Sahara sand. It's the right blockage.
Is it? Okay. Well, the word on the street is not Sahara stand, or was that the old days? I don't know. Let's move on to Johnny.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Definitely sad. Right, Johnny, how are you?
Well, I'm almost a little embarrassed to say that, especially with all the hardships that have been experienced by others, that I'm doing pretty damn fine.
Good. Yeah. Well, no one need to feel embarrassed about that, and somebody needs to be a beacon of all that is good and holy for the rest of the world, Johnny. So thank you very much for doing that.
Moving swiftly on.
He's nothing further to say on the matter. How is the Algarve at the moment? Are you back in drought conditions yet?
No, in fact, it'll start to rain maybe some tomorrow. Tuesday and Wednesday will be could have a chance of some wetness. But, little bit of wind, little bit of cool, but we've had a share of nice sunny days for a while.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Regina, I don't know quite how to pronounce it, but she's here at the moment visiting Portugal. The rain just fell out of the sky again. This sky river thing is so true. How it rains right now, and the road's completely sodden this afternoon as I was trying to get back from up in the hills. Great to see you, Johnny. Thank you for being here. And over to the Coutajuda in central Portugal. How you doing? The Bleachers?
Yeah, not bad at all. It could always be worse. We met Phil Cooklin today, and at least I'm not a West Ham supporter, so there's still worse things than being a Spurs supporter. Not many, but we were absolutely abysmal when I watched this the weekend. But this will soon sort us out. Definitely, I think it was a great idea of Ginny's, and it's got something that seems to have matured. So although I have no idea what the alcohol percentage of this is, which is one of the great things about having it, I think it's got stronger, considerably stronger since I've left it on the table. So It's
Seriously?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is making it more alcoholic, or is that just your
I think
how you
just the
roll at your
sun.
house?
I think we've had a couple of days of sun and it's kind of fermented it a bit more. So it's
Okay.
it's quite powerful stuff now. So this is homemade Jerepiga from our mate in the village. And
Very good.
I think it's one of the most likely things that you'll come across in Portugal. But I don't think we've reviewed yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we've done Jerepiga
That's
before.
the thing about Jerepiga. It ruins your memory as well. You've actually reviewed it 5 times now, Pete. And thank you for being here. No rain in Tamar. Thanks for the weather report from you, Helen, there, who's got a great was it Old Roger or Bishop's Finger or something that you were drinking? And there's a great story about you drinking that, Helen. I think it was you. You may or may not want to say more in the chat. Thank you as well to Donna and T Ducker with us this evening. Hello, everyone. We'll come to the idea of the evening in just a moment. Oh, we've got someone else joining us as well. Oh, my word. Hold on a minute. This is like a human news flash here, everybody. Francisco.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
That name threw me, I have to say. We remember you, but we can't place you. Like, say more.
Get out of here.
Out of here. Right. Okay, good to see you, Frank. Thank you for being here. Donna's here. Hello, for everyone from a sunny Florida. That's nice to know.
Hello there.
So I'm texting with Mrs. Duck, who just landed in Philadelphia and heard Carl's distinctive voice from my computer speaker. It's great that you're joining us tonight, and lots of love to Mrs. Duck as well. He is drinking a fine, but on his last sip at this hour. Have a good one. But no, he's off to bed after that bit of cherry there, I think. Too early in Florida. It's definitely 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's never too early.
Thank you, Frank. Wine is like duct tape. Sounds like you might have started early. It fixes almost everything. Oh, look at that. And T-Duck only drinks on days that start with T today and tomorrow. I haven't heard that one before. Good. Ode Roger was imbibed many years ago. That's just such a British real ale name.
It's Old Roger. Old
Roger.
You got to say it with a Black Country accent. Old.
Is that where it hails from? Is it a Black Country?
I'm not sure actually, but I know they drink it a lot. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Apparently, no ice or snow in Philly, but cold, very cold, and no rain. And someone's pleased to see you, Frank, there. Right. And hello from the OLP in Montana. Frank, before we get into the idea for this evening, how are you? What have you been up to? What's going on? How's Porto treating you?
I'm good. I'm loving Porto. Very nice.
Yeah, no surprises.
And, pardon?
No surprises there. It was made for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's I wonder why I didn't come over here earlier. I should have been here a while back.
I don't know what happened.
You know how it
is. Oh, come on, let's not go there again. You're happy in Porto.
All right,
now.
Don't get any happy ideas. This gadget is just a wine opener. It's no other gadget there, Gary.
Okay, are you sure now?
All right, okay. What?
Are you sure? Have you just not put the batteries in it?
Is it Frank's paddle?
Yeah.
Frank, you can't open wine with an electric peppercorn grinder.
Or a flashlight. Yeah. Frank, you've got to wash it first, surely.
Today I couldn't be bothered. Yeah, no, I didn't wash. No washing. Come on, man. A little bit of musk here and there does the body good.
It's got a salty aroma.
Good stuff. Right. He's in.
What are we drinking today?
Well, let's work our way around the screen again from top left. I hope it's the same for you. Jerepiga, that's made from the old skins, isn't it?
It is, and it's a variable strength. And I have to admit, he's done us a good one here. It's not bad at all. So when the villagers came around to sing the Generis, this was inside his jacket pocket. Oh, I'm so glad to have it. And yeah, so we've got a bladder full. It's fab. It's great. So I've got no idea what the alcohol content is, but it's delicious. So we'll have to see.
Yet.
You've had a sip, though.
Little sip.
It does burn properly, which is good.
Okay, and you casually left it on the countertop. The sun's got to it and fermented it even further.
It has indeed. Yeah, I think they must have come around about a month ago. So about a month and a half ago, and I think the sun has gently made it stronger. So I'll have to check on it, but it's certainly ripping my throat apart at the moment. So.
Exploded. It could have exploded in the sunshine. Right? I suppose we haven't had enough of that, have we? Well, keep us informed on how that's shaping up and tasting for you. Excellent to be able to fly the Jarapiga flag on the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club. A really traditional brew, normally drunk around the end of the year with the chestnuts, right?
Yeah, isn't it? This is a chestnut kind of deal, right? No.
But there is another option. You were going. In fact, all of you are invited. If anyone fancies this, Eric, you're meant to be coming, but we'll see how you get on. I've got a friend who runs a paintball centre, and you have Jarapiga every 2 rounds. I suppose it kind of deadens any pain from anything.
Possibly go wrong.
It's all year round, and it's his homemade stuff. It's absolutely fab. It's great. By the end of it, you don't really feel any paintballs at all. You can kind of get shot in the face, and you'll be fine. So
they should make the paintballs edible to go with that. Maybe out of chestnut puree or something.
Can. This is quite bad, Cole, but you can buy your own paintballs. So some very nasty people, not Eric, we're not going to do this to you, don't worry. Put chili or itching powder inside the paintballs before they fire them. So that has been heard of there. Yeah. And there may be a Mancunian that we all know that may have done that in the past. There you go.
There he is.
Yeah, right there.
Speak of the devil. Good evening, ladies. I think he's talking to all of us. And like that smash button, it's going well over with the shit, I think there. Very good. Eric, on from Jarapiga to something red, I suspect, for you. What you got?
Yeah, if you give me a screen.
The idea was to just get something that tickles your fancy, right? Something that catches your eye.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a very good bottle. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Good job.
Well, it was supposed to be something that I would consider to be good value, right? So yeah. So I was I haven't had this yet tonight, so I'm going to pour a little now. But I was at the Continent today, and I picked this bottle up for like €4.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And I was doing a little reading on it this afternoon, and it typically said this is a great value if you can get it between like 10 and 14. And I was like, I got it for 4, so that's pretty awesome. So
you bagged a goodie there. That's fantastic, isn't it? Right. Ginny's idea then, tonight's theme, basically find what you think is good value or on special offer and sample it live on air and give your opinion. Seems quite helpful for anyone watching. Absolutely brilliant idea. Sorry, I did morph that slightly into also things that you have had your eye on but haven't chased it so far. And I've gone down that road. But you've got the could you just repeat the name of that one there? The Gardarioche premium version. Alentejo Red. Alentejo Red from how old is that?
This is 2024.
2024. I thought I saw 2014 on there. Great. How is it so far, Eric?
Oh, it's good. And they, they have a bunch of good wines. They have a couple that are even lower in price, and they have a couple that are higher in price. And I've had a bunch of them, and they're all good. So
the white with the same label as that, but the white is an awesome white for the price too. Really crisp, not over. It's really quite dry. It's great. Really a good wine.
Okay, worth looking out for. You do see that in Aldi, don't you? They have that brand in there. It's quite a distinctive label and look, and you're going to find a bargain from them from time to time here in Portugal. Good choice. Thanks, Eric. Linda and Gary, what have you got this evening?
Well, as coincidence goes, this is a rather scratchy old bottle, but I bought. This is the Gardarioche Syrah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Now then, I bought a bottle from Continent, and like Eric, it was four something. Definitely not over a £5. But then I went to the wine wall and discovered I've got one, which is a 2020, which is this one. So I'm trying to kill 2 birds with one stone, because remember we were going to talk about wines that you lie down for a while.
Yes.
Well, this one is now 6 years old, so I think it's laid down for long enough, and it's turning out to be quite good, isn't it? It's not a disappointment.
Very pleasant.
Single varietal. Syrah wine. Can you indulge me? Because I think we should learn a little bit as well, because we haven't done it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're reminding us that was one of the ideas, wasn't it? Wines that you can lay down. Might have been Neil who suggested that, because
Possibly was. And the one I've been sort of matching it against was the old Ermelinda Syrah.
Oh yeah,
that's my benchmark, because that's a nice wine. But it does need to sit for a while. But let me just divulge for a bit, because
you go ahead.
If we turn back the clock, and if we remember, Syrah, right, has a pseudonym, and it's Shiraz. I used to drink a lot of Shiraz, Australian Shiraz, when I was back in the UK. And you remember that one of the things about Shiraz, it's quite peppery, it's quite hot, it's quite. And this is exactly the same. It's good. But the reading about that particular wine. Its history, it with the name Syrah Shiraz, it probably came, but it's been lost in the mist of time. Probably came from the Persian Empire. Shiraz found its way through Greece, adopted by the Romans, and finally ended up in France, where they produced the main varieties of it now. It's a very dark-skinned grape, and it's a very dark wine, as you can tell. It looks black almost, doesn't it? It really does. It's very affected by where it's grown and what climate. If it's a moderate climate, it'll come out as a medium full-bodied experience with a quite high tannin, and should have notes of blackberry. I mean, this is blackberry all the way, really, if you think about it. Some say mint, and obviously black pepper. But you put it into a hot climate, like here in Portugal, and it gets more full-bodied, if that's even possible. And then you get that real good jammy sort of flavour going on, which that has got by boatloads, absolute boatloads.
But it's not sweet.
But it's not sweet. No. It's not over sweet.
No.
And you get a lot of spicy sort of come through, licorice, anise, and that's a kind of earthy touch to it, which I don't know whether it's the barrels or whatever. But I like it. And in fact, I'm not a great fan of French wines, but Châteauneuf-du-Pape contains Shiraz, which is probably one of the reasons why I like it. So a very quick little bit of information about the wine we're drinking, and it does live up to expectation. It does sit well, and it does improve. So I think for under a 5, and that's a pretty good one. That's a good little buy. Show you the label again. It's a bit scratchy. It's got like the purpley browny coloured label, and it's at the bottom. Syrah.
That's happened in your care, as it were. That's not how it's.
Well, I like to fiddle with my bottles quite a lot.
Nice.
on a cold night.
Some things never change.
After the first couple of bottles, I go scrubbing it around and try and find the right one. And as I'm turning them, they get a bit scratched.
Oh, they're inside your wine wall on a bit of an abrasive surface. Yeah, but it gives them that aged look, doesn't it? Which is pretty cool.
It does. But I agree with Eric. I mean, this company, Garda Rioche, which is Kingfisher, I forgot, larger company. What is it? I can't remember the name of who they belong to. It'll come to me sooner or later.
We'll find out. And I absolutely love that backstory. So thank you so much for that. OLP saying yes, Syrah and Shiraz are the exact same grape, and those must have been amazing times, mustn't they? When a grape was making its way across continents to be tried and savoured by people in another culture, hundreds of miles away. How incredible! Helen is a Medoc addict, especially with Stilton. Struggling, yeah, you would do, I suppose. Struggling to get both there. And he's got his favourite. He's got his go-to brew there, isn't he, Lee? Sat with a fire and a bottle of JP. I've just got an image of him in a car park for some reason, but with a brazier. I think he might be indoors. Please confirm, Lee, if you don't mind. Very good, very good. And the Kingfisher doing pretty well this evening, flying through the proceedings tonight. Terence, have you got a Kingfisher with you there?
Well, just a quick word for Garvo there. Brilliant repartee and delivery there. Fantastic. I enjoyed that. Well done, sir. Okay, right now, yes, the information I was working on was that we need to get a sort of low-cost wine, which is a bit of a safe bet and give you this is what I'm extrapolating: a sense of security, a sense of reliability. Yeah, in these troubled and wizened times. Okay, so what I've got, and I'll show you what it is. Can you get that? Badia.
Oh, it'll be this.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it.
Badia. Right now, it's a
Isn't it good growl with 2 R's?
Now,
Rabida, right? Like the national
I
park.
never heckled you.
Won't make a bloody change.
Gentlemen, please. Order.
Order. Right. He just can't shut up, can he? Yes. So this is a 2023, right? So as a red wine, usually I don't try to drink anything, probably greater than 2023 at the moment, or 2024 sometimes, unless it's like a new a Nouvelle wine. It's €4.15, which I think is pretty cheap. Now when you look and you smell the aroma, it's a kind of like fruit, plums, stone fruit, and it's got a little bit of acidity. You can smell just a little bit of tang. It's quite dense. It's quite sort of dark, just like Garvo's wine. Yeah, but I don't have the scratches on the label because I think he was clawing at it and saying, "Should I drink it?" No, I won't.
Just haven't cut my nails lately. That's what it is.
So it like I say, stone fruit. It's fumy. It's kind of like it lives in the nose. And when you taste it, it's quite strong. It's not going to be for everybody. I think for white wine drinkers, it's probably not their kind of cup of tea. And it has a strange finish, like I'm thinking, what is it? All night, what is it? And when you've been sucking on a fisherman's friend, that sweet.
And then there's a strange finish.
After a couple of hours, and you're sitting there and go, right, and you think, big gap, and then the kind of a kind of like an effulgent aroma hits your palate, and it's really strange. It does have a bit of a fisherman's friend finish. I've never come across that
flavor. What is that really strong, horrid flavor in a fisherman's friend?
Fisherman's friend. Okay, all right. I thought
friend. It's like a lodging sweet.
Send it back.
I don't know. I've been drinking a lot, and it kind of like, I really wouldn't know how to describe it. It's like a menthol type.
Eucalyptus.
What the hell is he drinking?
Yeah.
So it's not unpleasant. Okay, it's not unpleasant.
It sounds like it is.
Well,
Sounds like diluted toothpaste, buddy. What are you doing?
A Dr. Bayard's.
Now listen, before it gets nasty now, okay? I would pair this because of its strong sort of flavor, and it is quite bitingly strong, but interesting. I'd kind of pair it with kind of like game, red meats and salamis. And when I read the bottle, that's exactly pretty much what they said, or the label, what it should go with. It's a blend. It's a Syrah, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's an Alicante Boucher.
No wonder it's strong.
Now, I'm not very fond of Alicante Boucher. I love the old Cabernet, and the Syrah I'm quite enamored with. So I'd say 2 out of 3 is not too bad.
What's the ABV on that? You said it's kind of strong, that some people might not like it.
I haven't got a clue, mate, and I haven't got my glasses. So I could say it's a bit of a fight in a bar, really. It's a bit.
Put the bottle up, we can read it.
Those 3 are Portuguese.
What a clown.
No, not that side.
Can we see your backside? Can we see the backside, please?
Anyway, while
Yeah.
Eric's trying to find out what strength it is, I would say that it's quite peppery, right? And interesting. I did find it interesting. I don't know what it's going to taste like after 2 glasses. That's the problem.
Well, we're going to find out hopefully this
I
evening.
think it would be a little bit wearing after 2 glasses. I don't know.
I don't think you're enjoying it. Are you enjoying it?
I am. To be honest, I am enjoying it. I know I'm being a little bit sort of a little bit harsh, but I'm thinking about all the white wine drinkers that are a bit sort of, limp-wristed, because I'm not. I quite like red wine, and they would probably be burned off by it. They'd probably go, "Oh no, I've got a headache," or whatever. But I would imagine, seriously, a few glasses of this, and you'd be up for a bit of a fight in the bar, because I think
lead in your pencil. Yeah,
definitely. Well, lead in the pencil. I don't know.
No, I've heard you don't have any problems in that department.
Yeah,
I think you told me that, in fact.
I've put a note down here that it's slightly violent and savage, right? And there's a possibility there, right? Yeah. And the other thing I quite like it with is dark, intense chocolate. Actually, I'm going to say I like this, right?
Yeah.
I like this because it's slightly a bit dangerous, and
I'm getting those vibes.
I might try it again.
It started out like it was going to be like a favorite pair of underpants. It was how you sort of comfortable, familiar, and it's gone from that to these sort of fisherman's friends top notes.
Fisherman friend, sort of wild animal, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, there is something quite edgy. Jockstrap, okay.
I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go that strong. No, not my jockstrap anyway.
Do you think the mysterious taste might be a touch of clove?
There is that, isn't there?
No. Okay. I know you're a very imaginative guy. I mean, one only just has to look at your shirt and to see how much imagination you've got. I would say cloves, no, definitely not.
Not unusual. It does go into
masala, perhaps.
Oh, I say. Well, do you know what?
I say.
The lozenge that is the fisherman's friend from the Loft House Company in Fleetwood, Lancashire, and it dates back to 1865. Yeah. And there's menthol and eucalyptus oil in there, which is going to be a little bit edgy, isn't it? Apparently,
perhaps that's what I'm getting.
This will put you off. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher is said to have used the product when her throat became strained from public speaking. That would be every day then. French President Emmanuel Macron uses them too. That's not what I've heard. But anyway,
what does he use? What are you telling me?
He uses other ways of calming his public speaking output. Yes, which are hastily hidden under the table when a camera crew.
I missed what he's using. What is he using?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. If you empty out a packet of Fisherman's Friends, it's probably quite a similar residue. But anyway, I think you're all drunk and should consider a Vinha Verde as somewhat of a palate cleanser.
See what I mean? You've got all those white wine geezers coming in and going, "Oh no, it's too strong for me." But really, seriously, they should get a life. Really,
I'll tell you what. I've been turned tonight, and this is probably what you're thinking.
You've gone to the dark side, haven't you?
I was going to be drinking this. You know me. I like a bit of fizz, and I really wasn't feeling it tonight. So I went for red instead.
So fizz and foam.
Make me quite proud of me, and I've got the one that I want to. I'm going to get one of these for Tea Duck, obviously the Sabroso. So I'm on the red. Tonight, and I've eschewed the white this evening, Terence. So I think this is a sort of phenomenon you're talking about. Manned up with a full
time. Come on,
about time.
Katusha.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your vote of confidence there. Johnny Cocktail, tell us it's red. Otherwise, you're going to get some serious ban.
Of course, it's red.
Good. Okay. Thank goodness for that. All right.
And I followed the theme on finding something that is a good value. It's something I've never tried before. Likewise, I'm part of that Continent Club looking for the black label describing the % discount. And I got stopped on something that's a 60% discount. Wow. And it is a Flor de Penalva the premium. It's a Dow, and it's a 2019, so it reaches the benchmark of being 5 years old.
Yeah. Good, yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice deep dark red. It had great purple bubbles that were persistent when I poured. It's got nice rounded fruit. There's no spice, no sharpness like you might experience in a Syrah or a Zinfandel, no heat. It's 13% ABV, but it really doesn't come through. There's no alcoholic burn, just a nice, rounded, pleasant red. It's Triga Nacional, Tinto Roriz, Tinto Peneira, and Jane. So it all comes together quite nicely, and I'm enjoying it. And likewise, I think with red meat, with a salsiche, with chocolate, pepper steak, it'd be a real nice match. I'm glad I opened it.
Yeah, and representing the Dow, which is always a great thing as well. Not a winemaker I'm familiar with. Then could you just remind us of who makes that and the label one more time? Okay, so Penalva.
Flor de Penalva.
Okay, that's the name of the wine. Who makes that?
That's the vineyard. It's just their premium.
Is it? That's their premium red. Okay, from the Dow.
The label.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
No,
Remember where you saw that first?
Yeah, I'm definitely a repeater.
So what was the price point on that, Johnny?
Oh, I can't remember if it was $2.99 or $3.99.
Rip off. Makes a big difference. That that big leap from $2 to $3.99, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know, but I did extend. Yeah. Just for the
club.
Well,
I wasn't a big Dow fan on my last try when we had the Dow show, but I might give that a go because Johnny says it's good.
So I think you'll like it too. And even though it has that age, it must not have been stowed in oak. I don't know if it was on concrete or in steel because there's no tannin. You just get nice fruit.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Is Frank still here? What happened to him?
No, he disappeared.
Oh, okay. He's here. He's back.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
He was opening another bottle.
You will be our climactic and ultimate speaker, Frank. Let's go to Cyprus first and find out what Cypriot wine is like, because presumably you weren't able to pop into an off license in Cyprus and buy a Portuguese wine over there.
No, I think if we'd have spent probably a week, we might have found a bottle, but that's about all.
Right.
A couple of notes on the Syrah. The Alexander Valley, you're talking about it traveling well and going a long way. The Alexander Valley in Western Australia grows probably some of the best Syrah or Shiraz, whichever you want to call it, wines I've ever tasted. They're just absolutely awesome. And they have the same kind of weather. They've got dry, hot weather, and it's awesome wine. And you can't buy that. You can get it in England. So it's a good wine. And they've had Shiraz in England from forever. I mean, even back in the days of Yates's Wine Lodge, that was the number one drink, was Syrah from Australia.
Was it?
Been around. Anyway.
And why do you think that was? Is that because there's a British market in a particular, like strong tea bags and HP sauce? It's these strong flavors that the Brits like, is it?
Fisherman's Friends.
Yeah.
And Fisherman's Friends, yes.
Yeah. No, it's been out there forever. I mean, Yates's has been around since what? I mean, I left England in 75, and I think I may have been drinking for a few years before that. So, easily in the late 60s, they had Yates's Wine Lodges, and Syrah from Australia was like the top of the list when you walked into that place. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time. And it's unusual to get one that's not at least 13% alcohol. I mean, they're big. Anyway, let's get back to Cyprus. Here's a bunch of things we didn't know about Cyprus wines. It is probably the oldest wine growing region in the world. They way back, and we're talking 5,000 to 8,000 years ago, they used to make their wine. They've got a couple of varieties of red which have been around that long, and they know this because they dug amphora up, and they look exactly like the talhos that are used in
Alentejo.
in Portugal,
And the
in
Alentejo, yeah.
Alentejo.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. They're very similar in size. Well, they're similar in shape, but bigger. And that's probably where the Romans got that from, is this history of these wines. And they know exactly what the grape is, because the inside of these barrels probably had wine in them, because there's tartaric acid in the bottom of all the barrels and grape seeds. So they know exactly what was in it. They know it's wine. And from DNA testing, they know that from the seed that it's the grapes that are grown to this day on this island. It's amazing.
It's an endemic grape. Well, there's 4 endemic grapes in Cyprus, but the one that is especially, well, they have a really good white and a really good red variety. Yeah. And but they have also subsequently introduced what are called the legacy.
Yeah, the government sort of made them update what they're doing in wine, because all the basic, they used to just make wine, and it's like you see in Portugal, out in the countryside, they just make wine, and that's the way it was. And many of the wines are oxidized. In fact, we had one at a restaurant one day. We asked for the house wine, and they brought us the house wine. He said, "Yeah, it's just grown right here." Well, it's last year's wine, and it's oxidized. I said, "Is this the way it normally is?" He said, "Oh yeah, this is the way it's always been." And that's the way in history they liked their wines. They liked it, that oxidized pinky brown color.
What does that actually mean? Can you say more about that? Oh, and I thought that's a reason for sending something back. Or
you and I would do that. And he said, "Oh, this is the way it is. It's always this way."
Drink it. They drink it that way.
So we persevered with it, and actually, by the time we got through the second liter, it was pretty damn good.
Well done. Well done. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what we have tonight is we went to a wine tasting in a place called this winery, which is we were told probably one of the best on the island.
There are 41 wine producers in the island. It's not a very big island. 41 wine producers.
And this one's from a place called Sangarides. And it's a Shiraz Cab blend from 2023. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this. Oh,
you won't be able to find it, though. They do not export any wine from Cyprus. They just don't make it.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's an interesting seal on the bottle. They got.
Oh, look at that.
Here's wax.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, this has had a year. It's a 2023, and it's had a year on oak, 13% alcohol, and we had a tasting of this at the winery, and we came away from that winery with 2 wines. We came away with a rosé made with organic grapes, and we came away with this one. The rosé with organic grapes. It was probably the best of the whole tasting of fine wines we had. It was absolutely awesome. And I have only one word for the wine, and that's elegant. It hit everything. It was amazing wine. Better than anything I've had in Portugal, I'll tell you, for a rosé. Awesome.
Really?
So, yeah. So this thing is, it wasn't cheap.
Well,
at the winery it was 15 euros, but they have it in the supermarket for about 13. So it is one of their most expensive wines on the island.
They're generally about €6 a bottle for a bottle of wine, and an okay bottle of wine, and so slightly more expensive than Portugal, but not USA prices.
Yeah. So this is new, but it's got lots of fruit in the nose. But it's very young fruit. I mean, I couldn't tell you whether it's plums, cherries, or what. It's more on the cherry end of it. But it has great blend of tannin and acid, even at this age. It has had a year on oak, which is surprising for a wine so new. And it's really good.
And what might you eat that with in Cyprus?
There's lots of great stuff.
Lamb.
There's lots of goat, lamb, pork. It's very similar foods that we have in Portugal.
Right.
Like, you know, when you go to a taverna or to Bepna and you order the Metes platter, you end up with about 11 dishes brought to you, and they're all a dish about that big around, about 6 or 7 inches around, and it's pretty much full of whatever it is you're getting, and some of them will be vegetables, but the majority of them are meats that have been done all day in the ovens, clay ovens.
Oh, sounds great.
Just awesome. We had a pork in one place. It was done in wine. The fork, it was so good, and the taste was. And these things stand up to it perfectly, you know. But it's strong.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's really good. We've enjoyed the wine here without a doubt. Even I have to say, even the one we had at the beach, that one that was
oxidized.
In my opinion, oxidized. 2 or 3 glasses of it, you know, you really.
Yeah.
But you just get used to the flavor of it. There was nothing wrong with the wine structurally.
Yeah.
It's just the way they like it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Barak, perhaps BMZ Travel can look at a trip to Cyprus to enjoy those lovely foods and wines over there. What's the journey time to over to Cyprus from Portugal?
6 hours flying. You go through we went through Munich or München, but the other way to go is through from Lisbon to Athens and then to here. And no matter which way you do it, it's 6 hours of flying.
Okay. On the Eastern Med. Very good. Thank you for joining us.
Look how close it is. We were on the north side of the island. Well, actually, we were on the northwest side. And we were right down at a beach. And I looked out and I said, what the hell is that out there?
You can see Turkey.
And it's Turkey. Yeah. And we can see the mountains in Antalya. And they're 180 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And we could see snow-capped mountains. It's that clear. It's just unbelievable. 180 kilometers. We could see the mountains.
And where Europe is starting to change into a different sort of experience, I'm guessing as well. Very good.
Is in that part of Turkey and now starting to get down towards Syria, and that starts to change a lot.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for connecting with us tonight from Cyprus. Last but not least, Francisco Cabral. Go on.
And going to Amman in Turkey.
Yeah.
So, because
you broke up. Say that again.
Well, tomorrow we're going into the Turkish Cypriot side. You know the island. Right?
Yeah, Greek and Turkish, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going over there tomorrow to the hammam. So
and the Turkish side is considerably different from the Greek.
That's going to be fascinating, isn't it? Okay, different sort of food and wine. Amazing.
Michael is going to get all lathered up in a hammam tomorrow. You're looking forward to it, Michael.
Sounds like you have a little bit of experience of this, Frank.
Of course.
What can Michael look forward to?
Michael can look forward to getting a proper rub down.
Okay, right. Very good. Well, here's to that. Francisco Cabral, boa noite. Muito prazer. Thank you for being here tonight. What's going on? What have you got?
Well, what I've got is this is the second time I've purchased this wine. And
today.
Get out of here. So, what a clown. Second time this week.
Your reputation precedes you.
It's only Monday.
Yeah. My week doesn't start on a Monday.
Oh, sorry.
So this one, here's the label. I love the label.
Yeah.
It's a Retrato Douro 2023 13.5. It's beautiful ruby red colored wine, very smooth. It's got a combination of elegance. It's the kind of wine that would be the equivalent of a Pinot Noir. Based on tasting it, I kind of feel it's got the combination of Alicante Bouschet. Primarily, it's a Syrah and a bit of Alicante Bouschet. It's very smooth, amazing on the nose. Fruto de Bosco. This kind of wine you would do, the kind of food pairing I would do with this kind of wine is it would have to be beef, and you would do probably a steak with a blue cheese crust.
Oh, good thing.
Something strong. And then on the side, what you would do is you would do blackberry, blueberry, watermelon, mint, and feta. You would make a salad like that, and you would have that to refresh the palate, and then go back to this. And it would be, that would make an amazing meal. I love this one. It's a beautiful Douro. And before moving over here, I used to drink a lot of what you may call it, Alentejo wines, because Alentejo wines usually you're never disappointed. But Douro is really growing on me. I really am enjoying the Douro wines. I still haven't done the Douro tour, but this particular wine, I'd like to go and see how they do it. It's not a big company. I was looking at the label for it. It's done in Penafiel, and it's Sociedade de Agrícola Casa de Villanova. So it's very simply done. It's not done by a big manufacturer. So it's a beautiful wine. Nice. It's got an amazing finish. This is the wine I bought it for. I think it was. Well, usually my limit with a Portuguese wine is $2.99. For $2.99, you should be able to get yourself a decent wine. But this one I spent. Yeah, I went crazy on this one. I spent €4.50 on this one. And it turns out that it was really worth it. Just the label is worth it. It's a beautiful wine. I'm very impressed by this wine.
People in the shop saying, "You having a party?" Very good, Frank. Thank you for that. And that label is really special because you've got the photographer, and you're not sure what the photographer is photographing. That you're left. That's left to your imagination, isn't it?
This is like it's the kind of photographer who this reminds me of if Terry was to ever film porn, this is how he would do it.
Okay.
No, he wouldn't have the blanket over him.
The red blanket. Right. We'll come to you, Pete, because I think you've got a sort of controversial comment to make about the Douro. Let me just, if I may, the wine I've had instead of the fizz tonight is like a compilation tape of everything that's been said. It is Alentejo. Thank you, Frank, for that, by the way. This Sabroso Alentejo Red has an unusual lineup of varietals in here. You've got Cepage. I thought that was the name of a grape. Cepage is another word for castas, isn't it? But I've got Aragonés, Alicante Bouschet, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Syrah in here. So a little bit of a lot of what's been spoken about this evening in an Alentejo red, a bit fumey, like you said. Not, I think I'd like something a bit more fruity than this, but perfectly good. But as you know, not a massive red wine aficionado, but it's definitely hitting the spot tonight. And I think all you red wine drinkers assembled this evening would love this, and beautifully packaged and presented. So yeah, a good, safe Alentejo red outing, and would go very nicely with the Cogida Portuguesa that I was that's behind me and that I had yesterday. It would go brilliantly with that. Just
beautiful.
Yesterday at the Bombeiros, pig's ears, different types of sausage, beef, pork, all sorts going on in there. And it was the first time I'd had the dish and really liked it. And this sort of red would go beautifully with it.
Carlito, is that the Bombeiros restaurant that we went to for lunch once?
We did go in the Incendio Cafe, I think, didn't we? Yes. It was a special in the assembly hall upstairs for a fundraiser, post-storm fundraiser. They sold 270 tickets. for this, and you were getting 3 courses and all the bread and olives and a coffee afterwards with your dessert, and they booked 270 people and another 30 or more turned up, so they served 300 people beautifully, brilliantly yesterday, and thankfully made a whole load of money for the Bombeiros there. So yeah, it's great, really, really cool. It's great. We've had a lovely journey around Portuguese drink, wine mainly, and over to Cyprus as well. It's been fantastic tonight. Maybe we can just have a minute or so each with a concluding thought on each of the concoctions. A cat trying to get onto my lap here. Thank goodness it's a cat. Wonder what that was for a moment. That was attacking me from behind.
You're going to get another strike.
Yes, I don't need another one of those right now. Much more careful now. Please don't give me another. Right, Pete. Let's go around the screen, and I'm reminded as well, Diane. I don't want to make too much of a big deal about it, but I think the last time we spoke, you were awaiting a visit to Coimbra.
Yes. 4 weeks ago, I had the operation.
Did everything go okay?
Yeah, I got my checkup on Friday.
She had the heart surgery while she was awake, though, which is quite freaky.
They didn't sedate me. I had the operation while I was awake.
Which is quite freaky.
You can do that, can't you, with a stent? Yes, yeah, absolutely. It all went well. Fantastic. Glad to hear.
I've got a pig valve now.
There you go.
Okay. Henry and Nina are joining us. I think they're probably here for the lock-in. Is that right? Do you want to give us a thumbs up on that, or do you want to join us on screen now and tell us what you're drinking? Let me know in a private chat, if you will. So, Jerapiga, how has that changed at all in the last hour?
Oh, I'll tell you what, it is incredibly strong. I'm guessing between 30 and 40%. So it's definitely more than I was kind of banking on when I took it. And he's given us an extraordinarily large amount as well. And obviously, I think I can beat you all on price because it was free. And I'm a big advocate of free booze in Portugal. You will find nearly everybody produces something or other, and they will brew virtually anything. Yeah. I think Jerapiga is great. I think it's a fantastic drink, and you're right. It's at the Chestnut Festival. Everyone brings their homemade. You'll see it in like water bottles or whatever else. They bring their homemade Jerapiga along. But most people will have it. If you've got any sense, you'll have it all year round, is what I'd say. It's an all year round drink, just like ginger, like all the other kind of like homebrewed drinks that are fantastic around Portugal. It's got a very cloudy kind of tone. It's incredibly pink, and I don't know. I have to say, I think it goes down really well. It's really, really easy to drink. But
I can't drink yet, so
yeah, Di can't drink yet, so I'm doing it for her.
Until I go on Friday, then I'll find out.
Oh, really? That's watch Pete get bladdered on literally with Jerapiga tonight. I mean, that brings a new meaning to getting bladdered, doesn't it? When it's literally, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Given the fact that you've got one. I just love the fact that it's come out of a jacket pocket. Is my favourite thing of you don't need to go to a store. Someone will just produce it from their jacket and pass it over to you.
If that bursts when you're out and about in a shop, there's going to be a terrible shock among the passers-by. You're screaming out, "It's only Jerapiga!"
There'll be loads of drunk ants everywhere, or whatever else. Yeah. I think I used some homemade Jerapiga to do my turkeys when I was dispatching them, and they didn't feel the thing. And I completely understand why after drinking some of this, because I don't think I'm going to feel anything. I could probably lose a limb at the moment, and I think I'll be absolutely fine. So,
okay. Happily dispatched like a turkey.
Do we know what Jerapiga is made from? I don't really know what Jerapiga is made from.
It's made from the leftovers of the grape harvest. So when you put the machine on to kind of take the stalks and stuff away from the grapes, all of those are brewed. So you brew all of that together, and they usually naturally sweeten it. You know how they brew everything, Gary, but that part is not wasted. So essentially, that's what goes to make Jerapiga, and I think it's a great drink. To be honest, I think it's really nice.
Bleachy, is it made with the bagasso?
Yeah.
It's just made, with the scraps, essentially. So it's the flavor.
They don't dry it before they make it. It's not like with grappa.
Grappa, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what the Greeks do. Yeah.
And that's what you same effect. But it's just, yeah.
Talking of Bagassa, before I forget, I was introduced to a drink earlier this week or last week. I went to the Baia Cultural, another place where we've been, a few of us here in San Martino de Porto. They've asked me to do a quiz in there because they overheard me doing it somewhere else. And now we've got a residency for a weekly cultural quiz in Baia Cultural. Drop by, they said, and we'll chat about what we're going to do. Would you like an Imperial? Yeah, that was nice. Introduced me to a friend. Get him one of these. Get him a Morena de Boy. I'm paying, said this friend of theirs. And I'd never have any of you had a Morena de Boy?
No.
That drink here in a bar in Portugal?
No.
I'm looking it up online. It's named after a dark-skinned, curvy lady, I believe, of the Bumba genre of music, which gives some clue to her. Well, the smoothness and the tastiness and how hard the drink hits you. It's they gave me a coral stout, so you could have a Sagres or a Superboc Preto, and then they drop bagaceira into the top, into the neck, and there's a way of drinking it as well. So this fella said, who I just met, who treated me to one of these while we're just meant to be having a business discussion, but that's very Portuguese, isn't it? Take a good. The first sip hits you, and then take a long second sip, and that he promised me would do something else to me. It was very interesting, and he was telling me how the stout takes away the worst acidity of the bagaceira, and it is a creamyish. It's getting towards a creamy flavor, nothing like as sweet and creamy as a Bailey's or anything like that, but it changes the stout very nicely. So Morena de Boy, if you want to try that,
I'm gonna have to try this, man. I'm gonna have to come down and try this.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
I'll definitely
Come and do it. Yeah, come and do it.
What day did they have the quiz night then?
It's going to be every Tuesday, and it's 20 questions, 4 rounds, and there's going to be music, food, drink, wine,
What
culture.
sort of questions?
Very difficult ones.
Like such
they're going to be. They're going to be. I think they're going to be fairly straightforward. Hopefully there's going to be a league, so people will come back every week and win the bottle of wine that's on offer each evening and other prizes that they've got. But
I've always wanted to do a quiz night where I go, oh yes, I know that one, and I always get it wrong, right? And everybody's like, no, I know this one, and then I get it wrong again. I think it would be brilliant.
What, and completely screw your team's chances up of winning?
Screw the teams up because it's all ego, isn't it?
You'd be very welcome. You'd be very welcome. In fact, you need to come and double head it with me one evening and come and do a little bit of the questioning as well. So you'd be very welcome. Tuesday nights, Garvo, if you want to come and do that.
Okay.
Yep, and it's going to be every Tuesday, and we'll have a little bit of a league and a season on that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Right.
When does that kick off then? Give us a date.
A week tomorrow, 10th of March.
A week tomorrow.
Here in San Martino de Porto. It's 6 tables bookable in advance. I think we've already sold 4 of them. So you've got to get it in quick.
Woohoo!
Eric, what you got? And what's your conclusion on your...
Now, just to follow up on that, the easy part is getting to the event that you're talking about. The hard part's going to be getting back home from there. So it's a shame.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Storyteller's Palace is just down the road, though.
There you go.
It's only 500 a night, I think, in the presidential.
Anyway, it's been good to get back with you guys again after being away for a while. Once again, I highly recommend this brand. There's various price levels and stuff, but none of it is exorbitant. But I think at every point, it produces a good wine. And it was nice to see Garvo come up with a cellared wine from 6 years back or 5 years back, and he speaks volumes of it. So yeah, take a look for that in your local continent and stuff like that. And it's
the welcome return of Eric Jada and a nice red.
Thank you. I have one more question. Why does Terrence have so many towels over there?
Well, I've got a sauna out back, and I like and then I've got some birch twigs.
Same question.
If it was like a lot of snow on the ground, I'd obviously roll around. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hammam at home with Terence Austin. You take visits? Or is it bookable? I don't know.
Not from you.
Not after last time, eh? Right.
Not after
Okay.
last time. No, please.
Thank you, Linda, Gary, the scratchy labelled thing. How was it?
Well, I'm still waiting for Pete to put his sauna into operation. So when he does, I'll be over there like a bloody rat out of a drain pipe because
by the end of the month, I will have it all done, and I've got the hot tub as well. So I've just got to put some stairs in. But yeah, no, it will all be done by the end of this month. So
can I just ask, sauna etiquette, Casa Bleach? Will it be Swedish rules, British rules, or French rules?
Well, there's no one see, but I've got the whole thing. I've got a 4-meter glass front to it, and it overlooks the mountains. So I'd say whatever you want to wear, it's entirely up to you. But I think it should be a great view. It should be really nice, and I can control it all from my phone. So none of this, even though we've got loads of words, I've got none of this going out to chop anything up. So I can make sure it's all kind of heated instantly. So
I can see him doing this. I go outside and I just got to go to the loo, and I get on his phone and boil your ass to bits in the.
That's correct. So it's a good view either way, looking in or looking out at the.
I bet Garbo goes in commando.
Well, if I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to be proud of, but I've got nothing to hide. So
you're welcome to wear
Good man, Garbo.
It's up to you.
Yes. Talking of little ones, little ones happy after their bottle tonight.
Oh yeah. Simon, he's a new father.
Yes.
How about that? Congrats. Wonderful.
Cheers to Simon.
Excellent. Cheers, Simon, and all. Over there, lots of love to you all. Both of us having a refreshing glass of slightly sparkling plum wine. Very good. Is that homemade? Well deserved. And from the Lord and Lady Travanca tonight, not Cockney rhyming slang. We've got what's this that they're drinking this evening? The sense, wow, that sounds Jamaican to me, doesn't it? Under Miss Ensi. The 1890 Puglia, from Puglia there. Okay, that looks good. Italian red.
Yeah, I'll give that a go.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, back to my wine. Sorry, I got diverted. As I do.
Yeah.
More berries.
Unmute yourself.
Oh, you muted yourself.
It was fruit.
It's all right. It's this microphone is twitchy. You only got to touch it and it goes off. Right, back to sensibility. I'm so glad that I actually just put this bottle on the shelf and left it there and kind of forgot about it. Obviously, about probably 4 years ago, maybe even more than that, because it is one of those, like we said, to lie down because it has got, I would say, exceptional. It really is a nice wine. It's aged well and it's picked up a delicate amount of flavour. It's still got the spice that you expect from a Syrah, but in a more cultured and rounded way. So I'm sorry, I'm not often say this because Ermelinda, right, which is probably between 12 and 7. Yeah, it's probably unfair because it's not as old, but it's got your beat. Gardner Reese on this occasion has got your beat. So buy a bottle. It's probably about 4 or 5 quid in the shops at the moment. If you want a cheap thrill, drink it now. If you want something special, put it away.
I think you probably get the most costly wine tonight. That sort of exorbitant price of $4.99.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Garbo, what's a Linda rating, and how many glasses is she on?
The all-important Linda glass rating.
Exactly. How many glasses? I want to know.
Well, I've had 2 glasses and enjoyed it very much. It's a lovely wine, very, very pleasant. But as far as I'm concerned, I like something a little bit sweeter. That is quite, for me, a bit on the dry side.
Oh, but could you imagine that with some lamb?
Maybe. But, from my personal taste, I prefer something a little bit sweeter. Yeah, but it's a very nice wine. And I've had 2 glasses. So
Can't be that bad then, can it?
No.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not a sore away success, but not too bad at all for the special kingfisher. Who's seen a kingfisher flying along a river here in Portugal?
I haven't
Amazing.
actually.
Have you not?
I've not seen that.
It's a beautiful thing.
Isn't that an Indian beer?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's Indian beer as well. They're everywhere. You're spot on. I remember
Yeah.
first having Kingfisher, and it had between 4 and 13% when I first went to India. So they had no idea what the alcohol content was at all.
Right. We've got Henry and Nina waiting to join us in the lock-in. See you guys. We'll see you soon. But we still need to finish off here with the conclusions. Terence, it was a bit of a tussle. You and that wine were a bit like Alan Bates and the other fellow. Who was it in the Ken Russell movie when you're wrestling on the sheepskin rug in front of the fire?
Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed. Alan Bates. Who won? Did you win or did Arabida win this evening?
I think Oliver Reed won because he's always
on top.
I think the fighting element here. I mean, if you want to kick some trouble off, I'd drink a few of these. And I quite like. I still hold strong on the Fisherman's Friend connection, which is still visiting me. Would I drink this again? It's a Casa Ermelinda, right? Which I always go to as a bit of a safe pair of hands, and probably yes, I would, just for the kind of like riskiness of it. Because I think if you're out like having a drink, with the lads or whatever, it might actually be a good one to kick the evening off with. I do like its strength and its gravity and its sort of bite, really. So a little bit of a punt, but it's quite interesting. I've not really sort of come across that type of wine before that lives on the palate so long, and it does. And I can't criticize it. It's a kind of new experience. It's a bit of new territory for me. It's taught me something that I probably would look at it again. So I'm quite pleased. I don't think €4.15 is a massive price. It's got a couple of grapes, which I like. I wish it had a Touriga Nacional because I'm a bit of a softie for that. But it didn't. But it's got the Syrah, which I think gets all the pepperiness and the spiciness from which helps it live on the tongue. So all in all, I don't think it was a mistake. I haven't drunk it before. I thought it was a fairly safe sort of cheap bet, but it's been a bit of a surprise, bit of a firecracker.
Did you begin your assessment though with if you want things to kick off? I mean, are you inviting? Is this like the return of vinyl and football hooliganism among older men? Is that what you're
you
suggesting?
Want to go for a steam on the pitch? It probably. I can imagine under the sun, and it's got to half time, and you've got nothing to do. You might well get on the pitch. It might well, fuel an invasion.
Wow,
spoken like a Brummie.
You know what? I'm sure the winemakers never had that in mind, but they.
No, but I tell you what, I could find all sorts of uses for this.
Okay, you do have a lot of testosterone. It's true, right? Thank you very much. Thank you. No, please don't. Please don't. It can't be helped. It's just one of those gifts of nature, isn't it?
Honestly, it's just a bit of a surprise. You look at the packaging, right? The bottle, and it's Arabia, or Abadia, it's going to be nice. It's going to be, it's going to be pleasant. It's kind of like ghostly sort of image on there, and it isn't. It just kind of grabs you by the testicles and as a right old go. So I would say it's worth another
great
go.
night out. A great night out in a bottle.
A great night out.
Yeah,
might end in a bit of trouble.
Yes.
How many bottles have you had so far there, Terence?
Only a couple.
Okay, very good, Terence. I don't know if it's a recommendation or not. What adjective am I looking for? The Cypriot wine. The wine from Cyprus. Yeah,
that's the right one. Cypriot wines.
Thank you.
Well, our crop was probably the most expensive of the night, only because you have to have an airline ticket to come here to try it. Yeah. But having said that, no, it was definitely it's warmed up and opened up, and more plummy, as Michael says. I would say there is lots to explore. Good things in Cyprus if you're looking for a wine destination. And this particular wine, you could.
So what we did is we went out for a lunch or something like that. We would just have a half liter of the local wine, the house wine, because it's all literally local. It's like when you're in Portugal, except it's not coming out of a box. It's coming out of. They have these little barrels that they have that they fill up, and they just go and tap it off. It's great. And actually, the only one that wasn't great right out the barrel, as it were, was the one that I said was oxidized. The rest are just great.
Yeah.
But you drank it anyway. I mean, it worked. Yeah.
So, and people drink a lot of wine here. They do.
Not as Portuguese really conquered that. Their per capita drinking in Portugal is the highest in the world.
Yeah, but it's no, it's good. But I don't think I would go out every day and pay this 13 euros in the supermarket for this. I'd be looking for something further down the line. But this is supposed to be the best winery on the island, so I thought, what the hell?
But we thought we'd share it with you.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's a holiday-ish sort of thing to do. It's like when Brits are abroad, it's like, do you know what? We're going to spend more than £10 on some wine tonight, dear. We're on holiday. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Let's buy the cat of goldfish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Johnny, thank you, the Whitbys. John, and enjoy the rest of your holiday in Cyprus. Sounds fantastic. Johnny, what's your conclusion tonight with your choice?
I've enjoyed it more as the evening's gone on, to the point that I wish all of us were at a table together so I could pour some for you. I said early on, it's a repeater, and I think if I'm lucky, I can catch it while it's still on sale, and I can do a little stock up.
Very good.
I enjoy it immensely.
Good enough to be stocked up. Johnny, briefly, what's going on in the cocktail world at My Cocktail Mind?
Briefly, I released an interview for a Faro bar yesterday, and a little bit of work from my webmaster so I can then post the Facebook and Instagram images and announcement about that. And I'm going to be visiting a certain someone in Porto in the middle of the month. I'm going to go up there and do conversations with some leading bar owners, bartenders, in the hopes that those will convert to interviews. And I've got a couple upcoming in Lagos.
So that's not Frank then?
Yeah, no, someone a little more cryptic. Yes.
Who could be more cryptic than Frank? Come on.
I'm looking forward to that output. Thank you very much, Johnny. All the best. I want to see the results of that trip. Frank, how was your wine tonight? I think you're a fan.
I'm a huge fan. I think this wine does it. Before I go on with mine, I had a question for Michael and Kat while they are there. Have you guys been to Greece before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you compare? I've never been to Cyprus. How would you compare Cyprus to Greece? The cultures I know are very close, but as far as food, I know that wine sounds amazing. As far as food is concerned, how would you differentiate the food, and what else did you find different about the culture over there that you saw different in Greece?
Well, I haven't been to Greece before this for 35 years, and but I spent a lot of time sailing around the Greek islands and Turkish.
And we're going again in September.
Yeah, and we are going in September. But my recollection of the Greek cuisine was it's very similar, except here it's a lot more dark meats and smoked stuff. I mean, they have a lot of smoked skinless sausages that they serve with their platters, and
it's a little more meat centric here. Actually,
I think so.
Yeah. then
you find the vegetables
they're good.
in Greece.
Yeah.
The salad, there's way more salads on the table in Greece than there are here.
Okay.
Not that you have to ask for one here, you'll get one, and we had a great one last night. It was just basically a chopped cabbage, bunch of other things, but when you get that same salad in Greece, it'll have a half a pound of feta in it.
Yeah.
And they don't, you get it here, but it's not as prevalent. And I love.
How would you compare the seafood from Portugal to Cyprus?
Way more seafood in Portugal, and better quality, I think.
There's not as much seafood left in the Mediterranean as there used to be, and so they're having to bring it in. What you go out? Oh, here's a fish restaurant. What do they have? They have salmon.
Salmon,
obviously.
Yeah, and they have a little red mullet.
Yeah, so they don't
Frankie.
They don't.
The barbooni. Well, the barbooni, but God, it's like 25 a kilo. It's
So
ridiculous.
Portugal's better for fish.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No,
I'm very happy to know that.
Thank you for that. Frank, finally, we have a marathon show tonight with our wine tasting special, with so many wonderful ninjas on the screen tonight. Can we conclude with you, Frank, with maybe a little commercial or teaser from Porto? What recent experience have you had up there that you might want to share with the rest of the world?
Porto is when you go about food and wine, Porto has so much to offer. When you even just talk about something like the port wines and your access to amazing port, this is just the kind of city. Until I have come to the conclusion, and I know this is kind of a big statement, I've come to the conclusion that unless you have lived in the north of Portugal, especially Porto or the surrounding areas, and even around mid-Portugal, you have not arrived in Portugal. I remember having this conversation with Garbo a few years back, and I think that the real heartbeat of Portugal is up here. The wine, the food, everything else that you can imagine is up here, and it's got its soul, it's got its character. It's Portugal overall is, as you guys know, it's a pork and seafood country. Beef is up north and maybe in the islands, but primarily, if you go around Porto, this town is known for its wet sandwiches. So anything from the francesinha to as a matter of fact, today I went to this place with this friend of mine who was visiting, and I took them to this place called Conga, and they've got, I think it's it depends, but it's one of the better bifanas over here, and the bifana is very, very different. There are so many different regional dishes in regional earthenware that are amazing in this area. And if you really want to do Portugal, then north is the place. Down south, you're going to be playing with fellow tourists. The weather is beautiful. Portugal overall is a beautiful country, but when you arrive up north, you've arrived in
Frank,
Portugal.
what about the people, mate?
No lager.
The difference in
people are
attitude.
amazing. If you can get away from all the some of the touristy joints, the people they are different in a way. Who was that that Portuguese gentleman who used to be on our show on a regular basis? He used to do the man cave with us.
Joe.
The gentleman.
Joe.
His name is Joe?
Yeah.
Joe.
Matosinhas,
Joe. Yeah. Joel is quintessential. Now that I think about him, he's quintessential Porto. No nonsense. Very generous, very beautiful, very Portuguese. You will not get any kind of honey out of him, but he will give you the meat.
I remember when he
money or honey.
I thought I was going to die when he hugged me. It was a quite extraordinary experience. Wet sandwiches don't sound entirely appetizing, or like some really
Francesinha.
awkward euphemism.
Oh,
I think
before
it's known for so what the idea in a city like Porto, because the thing is that there are a lot of workers in the port, so you know the same way that you have coffee where like you have your, like, let's say you have your cafe shale, or you do your coffee right standing at the bar, you do your quick coffee. The idea with Porto is exactly the same. It's exactly the same with the sandwiches, that you quickly stand, you have your one or two quick sandwiches in a sauce, and you go your way. And the sauce, along with the meat, gives you everything. This is
I
no
don't doubt it.
nonsense kind of city.
I
You
don't doubt
find
it.
that
Yeah.
if you stand at the bar too long, you'll be told off by the lady.
We love the Francesinha and the Bifanas, but I think they've got to come up with a better phrase than wet sandwich if they're going to market it to the rest of the world. Okay, that's been brilliant. Henry and Ian, in the lock-in behind the scenes. Thank you, Ninjas. You've been amazing tonight. Thank you to anyone who's been with us for this whole nearly 90 minutes tonight. It's been a great journey through Portuguese wine. Chin chin. So, ciao ciao.